What's going on, everyone? We're back with another Diablo Immortal video, and it seems that on Reddit we have a post from Wyatt focusing on warbands. Now, people have been unhappy with, just not pleased, or not even really seeing the reason for having warbands inside of Diablo Immortal. You know, you have clans, you have warbands. We know that warbands were put in place by Blizzard as your sole group of friends, the people that you could play with that were your like go-tos, the guys and the girls that you play with that are your best friends, maybe even real life friends, and the place where you will always be, never leave, and that will be your core. But as we all know from playing Diablo Immortal, that's not really how it all went, right? Like, people are in warbands, they'll jump from warband to warband because they can't get 8 people to participate in warband events, and they'll just essentially be a revolving door of players in warbands. And we were more inclined to stick with our clan long term, which was actually opposite from what the intention was of this. So Wyatt gives us some information here on Reddit regarding warbands and some changes that we may be seeing. Very limited information here, but we could speculate about some things. So we're going to go through it here together right now. All right, so this is Wyatt. Some thoughts on warbands and clans. I'll be linking this down below, by the way, if you want to take a full read of it. I'm going to go through his points right here. So, warbands can interfere with the progress of other systems, whether you're advancing your codex or your hero's journey. If you aren't participating in warbands, it can be frustrating to find other systems that require participation in order to continue. Steps were taken in the August patch to remove major points where warband step was blocking progress, and will continue to monitor the area. So the first thing that I'm seeing here is that Blizzard sees that warbands have an issue, that changes are going to be coming to warbands, which is really nice. Now, he talks about how you can't progress. Now, remember how, like, when you were trying to do a dungeon, you would have to do a Hell 2 plus dungeon with 4 players. That's been changed now, so you can do it with 2 players, but you get extra rewards if you do it full with 4. What a great change that's been. It's really been such a quality of life change, and it allows me personally to participate in so many more dungeons than I was able to before. So this kind of reminds me of that. Let's continue with point number 2. Warbands are 8 people large, but the primary warband raid activity requires 8 members to be online at the same time to participate. By the way, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, for me, this was super hard. I mean, try and get all your buddies, 8 people living in 8 different areas with 8 different lives. Some have kids, some don't. Late night, during the day, during the workday, trying to get all 8 on at the same time, very hard to do. Hence causing a lot of the issue that we see with warbands. So it's being seen right here. This is a major pain point. We're going to address this in the next patch by lowering the requirement of number of members required to qualify for a warband raid from 8 down to 4. They literally did the same thing that they were doing with dungeons. Now they did the same exact thing with warbands. They went from 4 to 2 in dungeons. Now they're going from 8 to 4 in warbands. Who knows? I don't know how the rewards are going to look. Maybe you'll get an extra reward if you get full 8, or maybe you'll get less of a reward if you go with 4, but at least you can still complete it. Not sure, but again, major step in the right direction. I mean, how many of you had the time where you had like 7 of your warband members ready to go and you just couldn't get the 8th person? And you're all sitting there waiting for 20 minutes waiting and it just doesn't happen. Super frustrating. So now that's not going to be the case anymore. Number 3. Warband rewards are not always viewed as worthwhile for the effort. More on that in a second. So we'll wait a second before we hear it, but are we hearing about better warband rewards? I want to see more legendaries. I want to see more scoria. That's what I'd personally like to see for myself. All right, number 4. Warbands don't offer meaningful, unique gameplay experiences. A common suggestion is to roll the functionality of warbands directly into clans. If we're looking only at the game that exists today, we would likely take this route. However, we do have some unique gameplay experiences that can't properly be accommodated by clans. All right, so this tells us a few things. 1, they value warbands because of a vision they have for the future. They have plans for us to do something with warbands. Maybe warband PvP. I don't know. This is just coming off the top of my head, just a thought. You know, I'm the PvP guy, although I don't participate much in PvP activities right now. We need better PvP. But warbands have a place. They have a vision for Blizzard, and we're going to be seeing more of that over time. But I want to hear more about the rewards. They didn't really go into it yet, so we have more right here. For the 3rd and 4th points, this is something you'll see in our next content patch, which has got to be coming soon, right? They stopped the 2nd patch of the month to bring us this big major update. So we're going to be seeing some big stuff. And as we're reading right here from Wyatt, it seems to be that that's going to be part of it. The next major patch will be the first patch to offer unique gameplay experiences out of what clans alone can offer, with the corresponding new reward system to match. The experience of doing something with a group of 8 is very different than the experience of an activity designed for 100. Obviously, in a group of 100, any one person can feel just like another name in the crowd. In a smaller group of 8, the contribution and personality of each individual is more intimate. Our goal is to provide a persistent progression system that you're able to advance with a sense of teamwork and cooperation in more close-knit setting. Now, we know from the beginning, this is something I've said over and over again, that Blizzard, they have the vision that Diablo Immortal is going to be a game that we play with friends, not just a game that we solo all the time. They really think it's important that we play this with others, playing with a team, with friends. And as Wyatt mentioned, playing in a group of 100, you get lost in the crowd. Playing in a group of 8, your activity actually matters, or at least you feel that it actually matters. So again, more stuff there about why warbands are valuable in a different way. Then we have LTDR. We're improving warbands for multiple angles. We want to remove major pain points, providing compelling Let me restart that. We want to remove major pain points, comma, provide compelling rewards, comma, and provide unique gameplay that highlight the strengths of an 8-person group. Keep an eye out for our patch blog preview in the coming weeks that will reveal more about what we have in store. All right, so 3 things. Pain points that prevent you from doing things with your warbands. They're going to fix that. Love hearing it. Better rewards. Obviously, we all love hearing that. And unique gameplay. This is interesting. Unique gameplay means gameplay of something that's going to be offered that isn't offered everywhere else. So like right now, you could do Heliquary with your warband or with anyone else. So maybe we'll get some different stuff that are going to really benefit from doing it with your warband. I'm looking forward to see all of these different things, specifically that compelling different style gameplay. Let me know right now. First of all, 2 questions. 1, are you in a warband? Or do you not even care about warbands? And number 2, what type of changes, if you are or are not in warbands, would you like to see come to Diablo Immortal to improve how warbands play? This is where we get it out. This is where they hear what's being said, and this is where they can make changes to the game. Guys, if you like Diablo Immortal and you want to see more about action RPGs, make sure you sub and ring the bell. But for now, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. That'd be good.